Hey, man.
Wow, you're sitting on me.
Yeah, no, get over here. Okay.
Welcome to another episode of
Nerd Out.
I'm Randy, this is Brian, and we come to you with some new Toys R Us exclusive G.I. Joe figures. I went out searching for these, and primarily, some of them are rehashes, most of them are repaints. This is about all the G.I. Joe we're going to get. G.I. Joe's pretty done, but I'm a huge Lieutenant Falcon fan. And as soon as I heard that he was coming out in this 3-pack, I ran out to Toys R Us and I got it. G.I. Joe's a sad state right now, man. Hasbro just...
they don't give a shit.
No.
I don't think anyone else does either.
I think you're right.
Sad.
It is sad. It is sad that we live in a world where there's no place for G.I. Joe. And the thing is Hasbro refuses to like, make any efforts. This is like... I appreciate... This is... just for fans, like, that's the only reason these were put out. Like, they were like, all right, we're going to throw you a bone.
But what do you think would save it? I just don't think people want it. I mean, I think they're cool and all that, but what do you think would save the line?
Well, if they would stop making those shitty movies, that would help.
They did.
Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing is, I want to talk about this real quick because it's a good point. What would save the line? Before the first movie came out, they came out with a brilliant toy line called Pursuit of Cobra.
I remember.
They were beautiful. And to be honest with you, I'm not up there in Hasbro, so I really don't know. But they seem to sell well. Whenever I went to the store, they were
hard to get.
They were kind of hard to get. They seemed to sell through. They were of the highest quality. And you know what was nice about them is they weren't just like, hey, we're going to do like the 25th anniversary figures. We're just going to make the old character exactly the same in an updated sculpt. Like they took the characters like Destro and they put them in like a winter gear. Like it was cool. It was like you're still utilizing these characters that are important to us, but you're putting them in a different environment, in different like clothing or outfits for the environment. And it was refreshing. And I think I'm going to give credit to Boss Fight Studios for sculpting them. They were beautiful. And some of these are retooled and repaints of those, but they were great. And then the movie came out, and the movie sucked because it wasn't G.I. Joe. It was like, let's take characters of G.I. Joe.
Goofy.
It was goofy.
It was both, so... Even the second one was way better.
It was way better.
But it still wasn't good. It was terribly good.
Yes.
So, but it didn't lend itself to a toy line that was going to keep going or anything like that, and they never developed Cobra enough, and because Cobra the cartoon was half Cobra, and it's like if they went back to the cartoon, it was cartoon was strong.
So was the comic book.
So was the comic book. The early mid 80s, like 82 through 4, were good stories. People got it. I mean, I was into that cartoon as a kid. I loved it. I wanted to know what happened. If they could just go back to that. Like,
I agree.
Start a story like that, but make Cobra like the Empire. Like, don't make it too realistic. Make it like the Empire.
I think they should make it like he should be like a terrorist leader. Like he should be like toys, not politics. Toys.
Back on target. G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
We don't care about the real world here. We're a toy shop.
G.I. Joe.
Real world doesn't matter.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, in the movies, they essentially they made it sci-fi. Like, there's a good mix. Like, I like the sci-fi elements of G.I. Joe, but it was just, they just took all the elements that we know and loved, and they erased it. And it's like, there's a reason why G.I. Joe was so successful. So, stick with the program. Like, if it works, let it work.
Yeah, and I mean, Cobra has to have crazy, ridiculous, like vehicles that fly through the air that could never happen. Sort of like Cobra needs to be like S.H.I.E.L.D. in the Avengers. Have that kind of technology that's unbelievable but cool. You know?
I agree, but that's sort of like, I think that they needed to come up with a mixture, because I think that their vehicles, like, remember they had in G.I. Joe, the first one, they had those like sci-fi suits? That was too much for me.
Which ones?
They wore those like black Iron Man armor. Do you remember?
Who?
Like, G.I. Joe. In the first movie.
Oh, that was terrible.
They got too sci-fi.
Yeah, that was stupid.
You gotta find they gotta find a good balance. I think you're right. Like, I think Avengers is like a good balance. It's like, yeah, I could sort of see it happening, but clearly that's like super technology or something.
I liked it in the comic books. You never knew who was a member of Cobra.
Mm.
You know, because it was like he recruited normal people, and people were fed up with bullshit.
Yeah.
And like, you know, a Cobra guy could think they were actually doing the right thing, and no one really knew who the other guy was. I just thought that was sweet.
It was sweet, man.
You know, and it's like,
so I guess
go
like,
back to that.
So people believe that the solution is a 6-inch line. Do you think that's the solution, or is that just gonna hold over?
I mean, they'll probably sell a few of them.
Yeah.
But it's like they're not gonna like.
This is just not a world for
Like
G.I.
a
Joe.
6-inch snake eyes would be sweet.
It'd be sweet, but it'd be sweet for like
a little
10,
bit.
yeah, a few nerds. And like G.I. Joe, I think with the Pursuit of Cobra stuff, they were on track. Anyways, let's get to these. These are essentially retooled, rehashes versions of some of those figures. If you already have those figures, these are sort of a fail. And the reason why I say that is because the plastics are cheap, the paint is limited, basically those two things. But with that said, they're still pretty good figures. Like
the rehashes of good figures.
The rehashes
be
of
good
good figures.
I mean, yeah, you know.
I'm gonna say it. This Snake Eyes it comes with the Storm Shadow 2-pack. If you don't own this Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes, buy this, because I think these are two of my absolute favorite action figures of all time. Like, that's amazing. And this Snake Eyes comes with 2 heads. He comes with his Commando head too. Which one did you prefer?
I need to see both of them.
I mean, that's serious. Like, that was the first one, and this was his like ninja head.
This one's way better.
You do like that?
This is like his G1.
Yeah.
I like this one.
See, I was more of a G2. Like, Dave Lukowski's a G1 too. I like them both, but I think it was the V2.
What's with the flight suit though, man? That's like heavy duty.
Yeah, you can take it off and it still looks good. Like, he's got like a turtleneck.
Sweet.
It is. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I like the old school sort of Snake Eyes. It's just in a like the ninjas.
The Commando.
Yeah, all this crazy stuff on him is a little bit too much. But
oh, really?
Does he have an Uzi?
Yeah, dude,
he's got the Uzi.
Uzi.
As long as he's got the Uzi.
Dude, look, he's got a silencer, a separate silencer that comes off.
That's sweet.
And the silencer,
all this shit comes off.
Dude, all of it, everything comes off. This is the best.
It's sweet, man.
It's the best action figure ever. Check this out. Look at this. Look at this silencer.
Sweet. I would lose that.
I know.
In 2 seconds.
So would
everybody.
Everybody except for me, because I'm anal retentive. Storm Shadow also comes out if you were like a fan of the Renegades toy line.
We're good. We're good.
Which I was not a fan of.
Just
he does come with the head and the like red sash for that. It's pretty cool. He comes with a lot of shit too. Look at those throwing stars. Like that's
that's sweet.
The best is this new character we'll talk about. Her name is Jodie Shooter Craig. This is kind of interesting.
Jodie Shooter Craig.
Yeah, so Shooter, and this will be interesting, I think. In the first issue of G.I. Joe, the comic book, they showed a computer monitor with all 13 of the original Joes, plus 1. And the reason why... Yes, but hold on. The reason why was because the artist felt that it would be more even to have 14 instead of 13. And they named it after... It was sort of like a blurred image, so it really wasn't like an African-American girl. It was just like a shadowy face. But they named it after Jim Shooter from Marvel.
Okay.
So they never made a figure of it, and a lot of like, super nerdy Joe fans were like, who's Shooter? Who's Shooter? So they came out with this, which is it's a fine figure, just a girl. But check this out. This is unbelievable. This is what I miss. I mean, this is not right. This is what I missed about Pursuit of Cobra. I gotta open it up. This is crazy. Look at that. All those parts can be assembled to make the gun.
That's pretty badass.
I mean, that's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, these things are, like, I love how they painted him with white paint instead of just white plastic. Well, they missed a spot there, but...
Yeah, they're a little sloppy. Like I said, if you've had a chance to get the Pursuit of Cobra figures, these are considerably sloppier. I have a real issue with Lieutenant Falcon, primarily because he's one of my favorite Joes.
What did they fuck up on him?
They didn't paint him. Like, he's just...
black.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
I mean, black outfit.
Well,
I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing.
Put green on them. Army guys don't wear black.
Like, even in the package, like, they show that.
That's him.
That's Lieutenant
Make
Falcon.
Green.
Absolutely.
Green.
And then Outback, I guess he's supposed to be like the Night Force one. He's fine. He comes with a lot of accessories. But you could tell that they took a couple shortcuts on just like, throwing them out there with no real paint. And I don't know who this guy is. I don't ever remember him, Tombstone, but he's clearly missing an eyeball.
That's crazy.
He's fine. He's got like I think that's like a similar movie chest, like web gear. Why is it called web gear? You're like an army guy.
Web gear?
Yeah, they call all the like plastic armor, like rubbery armor, like web gear. Like that's like the term. Maybe it's just a toy term I don't know about.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Web gear.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's just what I don't know. It's called web gear. I'll look it up and then maybe I'll figure it out. I guess I could probably just type it in. I like this Duke a lot too. I'm a Duke fan. That's right, damn it. I'm a Duke fan. Is that
sweet?
Is that okay to say that I'm a Duke fan?
Why not? Yeah.
I think that maybe instead of going with yellow hair, they should have gone with blonde hair. Like
no
that's
vest.
a bit.
The
I like
vest
the vest.
is wrecking it for
Why?
me.
Why don't you like the vest?
It doesn't go there. It should just,
Why?
I don't know. Breaks up the yellow. I like the old school yellow.
Oh, okay. So you want like it to look like
The old school, yeah.
See, I like giving it a little bit more character.
And I like how he wears a Boy Scout outfit. That's
I do
awesome.
too.
I think that's so cool.
He smiled. He was like, he's a pretty happy guy. Ultimately, the 3-packs cost me $20. The 2-packs I think were $15. It's a good value. Like these are fun toys. They're really well made. I'm gonna give all the credit to Boss Fight Studios. They when they sculpted these, and again, I think that they sculpted these for the Pursuit of Cobra line. They showed just unconditional love. Like they clearly loved doing this. Tons of accessories, tons of fun. What can we do about G.I. Joe? There's nothing we can do.
I mean, embrace a 6-inch scale, which I think they'll probably do.
I would embrace it.
But I mean, unless they do something like a new type of cartoon or something, I mean, it's just they're army guys.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like that story, nobody cares about the story anymore. Only people our age do. I don't think kids are getting into like
military type stories.
I don't think that's something they're pushing.
I understand, but even with that sci-fi element,
they want stuff removed from like any type of real world war these days with kids and stuff,
But Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow and Cobra Commander and Destro and Zartan, I mean, those still work, right?
I hope so. Yeah, I mean, I think it's sweet, but I think it's too violent for kids. I think that's the general like, oh, I don't want my kid playing with war toys.
So it's because they're realistic like weapons.
Something like that.
When I was a kid, I was not allowed to own like real looking toy guns. I was allowed to have GI. Yeah, I was allowed to have GI Joes though, and I'm thankful for it because ultimately GI Joe was the one toy line that I connected with more than any other toy line as a kid, and I'm happy to say that. Like I love GI Joe. I still love GI Joe. I really wish they wouldn't have let that Pursuit of Cobra series die. I think it had another 2 or 3 series, if not more, into it.
It was a cartoon, right? It was.
No,
it wasn't a cartoon.
No, they did a cartoon shortly after the first movie.
Which was what?
It was Renegades,
which was sweet.
That was
really good. They blew up the flag and all, didn't they?
No, that was Resolute.
That was
awesome.
So hardcore.
It was so hardcore.
That's what the movie should have been.
Oh my god! And that was actually like, I guess it would be considered rated R. Like they killed Bazooka. It was spoiler alert. They killed Bazooka. It was amazing. That was a great cartoon. If you haven't seen G.I. Joe Resolute, it's like a 48 minute long like G.I. Joe movie. It's amazing.
Yeah, that was great.
It really was great. It is great. And that's what I'd like to see. Anyway, so if you like G.I. Joe and you need a fix, these are great. If you already have the Pursuit of Cobra stuff, you can skip most of them. Get the Duke. I think the Duke is cool, and I think the Shooter is pretty cool. Just if you're gonna get it, just get her for her case alone is unbelievable.
That Shooter's case?
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's like if anything, I think that's
worth as big as she is.
Yeah, it's worth the
fit in it.
Yeah, it's worth the price of admission, just her accessory. So please subscribe. Check us out on Instagram.
Wow, you said a 3-pack. There's 7 figures up here. Which one came on its own? How does this work?
That's a good question. Hold on. Let me figure it out. You got me all thrown up. 2.
What the fuck? You're missing a figure?
No. Oh, 2 2-packs and a 3-pack. That's it. My bad. So 3-pack, 2. Does
he come with timber?
No, he doesn't. And it'd be kind of cool. If anything, if you don't own that Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, buy that. I'd give it my absolute highest recommendation.
Why do they always get the 2-pack together? I think that's stupid.
I think
Storm Shadow should come with. I can't remember. What's his
Spirit?
Spirit?
Oh yeah.
Because they had the best face off ever.
They did.
They should come together.
They did. You know what? That's another thing that I have an issue with. We're not going to let this die, but instead of making 2-packs and 3-packs, give them individual packages. Don't they deserve?
No,
like, you don't think so? That's unfortunate.
I don't think people would buy them. I mean,
you really don't.
How much is a 2-pack?
$15. So $7 a figure.
I don't think it's worth their time.
Wow, that's sad.
don't. I mean, they're not going to sell a figure for less than $10, are they? I mean,
yeah, sure. Star Wars figures $7.99. I mean, I don't understand why. I mean, isn't it like
it's probably worth it because they'll sell Star Wars figures.
You might be right.
I don't think they could.
I think you're right.
I mean, I think they'd be way cooler if these came on old school cards.
Oh, that'd be
that
great.
would be badass.
But wasn't like part of like the whole thing was as a kid, like it was an impulse buy. Like when I went to the store, my mom would buy me a $3 GI Joe to shut me up, and then my army's built, and I was happy.
Yeah, but that's a line that people are gonna collect. That for a line that was successful, I guess. But like what you said, they're just kicking them out for a fan. Like, okay, here you go.
Right, but I mean, is that? I mean, is it worth putting the effort, or is it just like just give it on let it die? Like, I mean, I guess that's the point. Like, if you're gonna put your resources and time into it, wouldn't they succeed better on a single card than is these generic 2-packs that like, I mean, these like that has no personality. Like, it's used like. I'm not gonna.
Sad.
Yeah, it is sad. But if you just put them on like a small little, split this in half, had nice card art like the old Joes, bring them to life a little bit.
Who's gonna buy her?
You're right.
I mean,
I don't know. I wait for that gun.
Who's gonna buy him? No.
Why?
I mean, who's gonna buy him? Because they only want the character. If they're gonna go to the vintage cool card.
No, but fuck the vintage. Like, you're introducing a new group of kids. Like, if you're a new group of kids, he's cool. You don't want him because you didn't have him as a kid. But, like, he's cool, right? I mean, I think he's cool. He's missing an eye. He's got some sweet big guns. She's got this gun alone. Like, create a new generation. Stop sticking with the old. Like, if you want to, like, mix that in, that's fine. But
it needs vehicles and shit.
Yes.
Like, it needs stuff. It needs some substance. I mean...
Yeah, I want vehicles, too. I don't know.
I just don't know how many kids are buying this.
None are.
None.
But, like, the point is, like, maybe they should start marketing it towards kids instead of marketing it to the collectors all the time. Like, combine. Like, try to do... Isn't that, like... Wasn't that our conversation about,
I just don't know if kids are going to go for it today. I mean, yeah, we did, but kids are different. They, they don't want to play war toys, they'll play war. I mean, you know what I mean?
No, because I would play war when I was a kid. I mean,
well, they had video games and stuff, so it's sort of like
we did too. I don't know.
Not like they did today.
No, not like
we had a target. They could interact in BGI Joe.
No, you're right. I played that VR, the PlayStation VR.
I need to check that out.
My mind was blown.
I'm scared to check it out.
I'll be honest with you. I was terrified because it was so amazing, and it's like first generation, right?
Well, it is for home use.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we'll give it a year.
It was mind-blowing. I'm not a gamer, and my mind was blown with the VR. Like, I was like, holy shit. Like, the next day, I felt a little depressed because I was no longer in those worlds. Some of those worlds
Go buy one, man.
I can't. I won't allow it in my house. Because my kids, I'm honest.
Does it matter how big your TV is?
Nope, makes no difference, I don't think.
So, do you see your TV when you're wearing
it?
And it's like 3D, but real 3D on
it's
your TV?
Intense. Like, okay, it's on your TV, so like your friends that they were over could see what's going on TV.
Yeah.
But you're completely encapsulated by this face plate.
Yeah. Can you hook a couple of them up to the same thing?
That I don't know. If
you could do that, I mean, think about that shit.
If you can do that,
you will be able to.
You're right, and I'm gonna honestly say, it is the end of our society. Like
it's been coming.
It was that good. Yeah. It was Lawnmower Man, fucking all the way.
I mean, they had it in Lawnmower. That's not like that movie. They didn't make it up there. They had the shit then. I mean,
I know, but the thing about it was
now they've made it cost $500. I mean,
it's reasonable.
It'd be hundreds of thousands back then, or it's $500 now.
Yeah. I mean, I was expecting to put it on and be like, "Oh, this is kind of neat," but like, I didn't think it was gonna feel real, and I didn't think it was gonna be like a scene in like Firefly Serenity where it was like people were like honestly like that. It was the real deal. Like I was in this terrifying game. I can't remember the name of it, It was a horror game where there were like slaughtered pigs all around, and you're going down a roller coaster. I was scared out of my fucking mind. I was terrified. It was scary.
Yeah, I
as
mean,
shit.
think about that. You just said a roller coaster.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
think
it was
about
crazy.
when you're in a. That's how you do a roller coaster. Put a headset on and sit in a chair and don't move.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
There's
There's other aspects to life where people are gonna just put that on and they're just not gonna need anything else.
Yeah, but I mean, think about the practical applications of it, like travel. Like we send space probes out that we can't go. They send data back, put it into VR and simulate it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's incredible. Like this shit you can
It's
do
nuts.
with it. Bottom of the ocean. Imagine
there
that.
was a game
where
where
you're
you were
underwater
in a shark tank,
Yeah.
a shark cage, and after putting it on and playing it, I came to the realization that in a couple of years, 5 years, no one's going to want to experience anything physically anymore because it was that good.
Well, the truth is, you can't prove you live in a physical world. You can't do it.
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah,
but
it's true though. I mean,
it's
like
see that.
I believe we live in a physical world,
So you think we're the Matrix?
No, but you can't disprove it. It's not disprovable.
Well, of course not. I mean, that's
it's fucked up though. So think about how good it can be. I mean, it can be really like
it
fucked up.
I think you're with. It was. I'll be honest with you. Like I said, like the VR was a terrifying experience because it was so good, and it was again first generation to me. It was so good. Like, oh, here's the best. I have to tell you about this. We played this game called London Heist, and I'm an ex-smoker. I haven't had a cigarette in 2 years. Still love smoking though. I'm sure I would. There's this like part of it where you picked up a cigar.
You were telling me about
and you inhaled it, and when you blew out, you could see the smoke as you were blowing it out.
So,
I felt like I was smoking, and it was so satisfying as an ex-smoker. I'll be honest with you, like I was so terrified because I was like, this is the end of life as we know it. I'm not saying it's apocalypse or anything, but it is going to change everyday experience in life. It was that good.
Do you think it'll get to a point where like you don't really need a physical toy collection?
I do.
You just put your shit on and your shelves are filled with whatever you want, and then you just have one generic box that you hold in VR, and it's like you transform a toy, but
it felt...
it's like it's smart enough to even know when you're fucking up.
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't do it like that.
It was so intuitive. It was so... It felt so natural. Like, I picked up... Like, when you're picking stuff up, like, the London Heist... You have to load the gun with the clip. It felt... You saw yourself doing it, and it felt real.
So you see a gun in your...
You see your hands. You see hands. You see a gun in one hand. You see clips. You pick up the clips, and you actually have to do a motion, and you click it in. Like, it felt so intuitive. I couldn't believe how real it felt and how natural it felt. It was terrifying.
God, I'm scared because I will get it.
You would get it
at some point, and I won't talk to people for like a long time.
That's going to happen.
Just be doing it.
That's going to happen. It's just got to like.
And then the phone. I know there's a phone interface coming.
Really?
So you can take a call in it. Like, think about that.
We are going to definitely hear about reports about how people
just don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, it's going to change people's
virtual dollars.
Concept of reality. It's going to be virtual dollars.
You know, it's all coming.
It is all coming.
Like they're going to build a fucking construct where like just people go and hang out.
Yeah,
you can build yourself an avatar. And go hang out online, and you'll be talking to some chick in Japan.
Yes,
and she'll be right in front of you.
Dude,
and it's coming. It's coming. It's here. It's here. It's just networking the data
and getting people to purchase the
it's
gonna happen.
People do that.
I am so terrified.
Yeah,
I keep saying that.
What are you gonna do when it's $200 and better than
it will be
because it will be. I mean, this is the first consumer generation. I mean,
it was crazy. You're right. It's crazy. I cannot wait for you to play. If you had a PlayStation now, like because you'd have half the hardware, and you played this. You would go out and buy it.
Yeah, when they get the bundle, I'm just going to do it then.
If I didn't have a wife and kids, which I do, I would have this thing. I would have bought it the next day. But I'm terrified. I won't. I just can't let my kids have this. They just
freak out?
Yeah. They would never want to leave. They love the iPad and they never want to leave. If they had this, they would never want to leave. So, that's the end of the G.I. Joe and most action figures. And
VR.
Yeah, it is. VR is going to end it all.
VR is going to end G.I. Joe.
It is. It's going to, it's already over. So please check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And please like if you enjoyed it. And then until next time,
Nerd out.
Toys, not politics. Toys.